Yes, I did mention the regular season performance of these guys. Ganzi went 5-3 and 12-4 in maps. HuK went 7-1, 14-4 in maps. Ganzi lost to HuK in the regular season. It was 0-2. He came up 2-0 right now, but it's still 2-2. For the people who are wondering if we have any live games today, all of our playoff games have been played in the recent 24 hours. We felt that these games were too important. We want to give these guys the optimal playing conditions. We want to make sure they play on the best service, so they're not forced to play on NA. If they're both in Korea, they can both play Korea. If someone is on Europe, they can play on Europe, etc., etc. So all the games have been played in the recent 24 hours, and of course we are completely unaware of the results. Some people in this building know, but obviously Ben and me,
not these two,
are not one of those.
Where nobody tells us anything, Kev.
We're a little bit more than halfway through the evening. This is our third best of 5. After this, we got 2 more best of 5s coming up for you guys. After this, we're going to have TVT action. That's just to please Ben. It's his favorite matchup. It's going to be Puma versus Alive. I hope for a nail-biting 3-2 series with 55-minute games. And last but not least, guys, we're going to have Red versus the Muslim as well.
Kev, if we have 5 1-hour TVTs, I'm going to walk out back and I'm going to shoot myself in the head.
That's okay, man. You can do that, but that also means that you're going to miss Red versus the Muslim. And do you really want to miss that?
That's true.
I know you don't want to miss that.
That's a good point.
Oh, Ben, Ganzi's going to drop the depot once more. He's going to have to send an SCV, and yes, he will. On Cloud Kingdom, this was a super close goal. Anyway, Ben, deciding game. I'm excited. I would love to see HuK in our playoffs. I know that this has been a very biased cast, more even than normal. And I love Ganzi too. He's a fantastic Terran player. Actually, it would be nice to have one more Terran, but I just want to see those moments. I just want to see HuK walk over the red carpet.
You have to root for the hometown hero, man. HuK is from Canada, and all the Canadian fans want to see him there. It would be unjust if we did not have a Canadian at our Canada finals.
Canada, yeah. In any case, as you already mentioned, he is going to be there, but it would just be awesome to see him play in the NASL. And HuK could use a little bit of success as well. He's been going through rough times. He got very unfortunate at the recent DreamHack. He keeps this probe alive. That's always nice when you keep that scouting probe alive. And I think HuK knows that this is a 1 gate or a 1 Rex, no gas, fast expand.
Yeah, you got a pretty good read on things. Expansion is building, as you said, Kev. And you're right, HuK has had some recent just bad luck, man. He was 2-1 in his group at DreamHack, but still did not get to advance because of map score. Yeah,
I read an interesting topic about that on Team Liquid. Or no, it wasn't Team Liquid. Someone on Reddit posted it and a link to another site. Oh, HuK dropping a second as simulator before a potential Nexus. Well, he's going to follow it up with the Nexus, so no biggie. And that is basically saying just that the round-robin system with the 4-man group is just super outdated and nobody should use it. I'm not sure if you saw it.
I did not see that,
okay,
and I don't know that I agree.
It was a very long way. He basically just said that GSL realized a long time ago that the round-robin 4-man groups is just stupid, it's unfair, nobody should use it, and that the GSL system is a lot better for at least some reasons. He's not saying that that's the ultimate system, but it was an interesting block. It's definitely worth checking out.
I really do think it's impossible to find a perfect tournament format. There's not one. There's always
I
something
like bigger
that you
groups.
can complain about.
I don't like 4-man round robins, but I would like I like 6-man groups in general. I think that creates more action.
I like watching good StarCraft, and we've had a lot of that here today. As Hero advanced over Young, Stefano advanced over Beastie. HuK is now tied with Ganzi, and in Game 5.
Sometimes you make no sense. you start an argument and then you just break it off yourself by saying you love good
What
soccer.
were we arguing about?
No, we were not arguing.
How is that an argument at all?
You were giving your opinion about something, and then I thought you were
What
gonna.
was my opinion?
That you said that it was not necessarily true that 4-man round robin is not that bad.
My argument was that there is no perfect format.
Yeah, and then you just suddenly went, I love good StarCraft. And I thought, like, now he's going to say what provides good StarCraft. This time, HuK is paying attention. He keeps the Stalker alive. Those are the small things that make a major difference, certainly in your mental state. Losing your first Stalker, always a horrible thing to have happening.
Yep, and that first Stalker is so very important for a number of reasons. This time, HuK is right on top of it. Not going to let Ganzi get those shots off. And well, he's just going to progress comfortably into that mid game. That Stalker gives him so much map control, scouting, vision. It's important for so many different reasons. HuK will once again
And this time, Ben, I feel it's much more serious 3-gate pressure from HuK, because this is not with 1 or 2 sentries, this is with 5 sentries already. That means he's gonna get Guardian Shield and a ton of Force Field, and I think this time he doesn't just like maybe Hero try to do, pick off a couple of SVs. No, he really wants to break Ganzi, he wants to kill everything, if not win the game. He still didn't drop any additional tech in his main base either. HuK wants to do a lot of damage over here, Ben, and I would love to see one pylon getting a little bit closer than this one.
Are so far away, which is the only thing that I don't really like about this choice to apply more pressure to
Imagine
Ganzi.
if he's able to wipe in 4 Stalkers right now here. Marine streaming down the ramp, maybe.
Oh, the worst time ever, and there's some pretty good force fields.
No, not at all.
The Marines squeezed through.
Not at all good force fields. Those forces were kind of...
If they had trapped him, it would have been great, but there was a small gap.
No doubt. Now he kind of gave away exactly what he wants to do. Immediately the tech is going down, or maybe he dropped the robo a little bit before that. But this gives Ganzi so much time to prepare, and this is already not going to work anymore. The only thing that this will do is force Ganzi to have a little bit of lost mining time, because Ganzi is afraid. He doesn't know how many gates there are. In this case it's 3-gate pressure, but who knows, maybe HuK dropped 3 more gates in the process.
HuK's gonna poke up that ramp anyway, not gonna kill anything though. Upon seeing that many SCVs, the bunkers, the bio count, he says, that's not gonna work. Backs up, goes home where he has the Forge and the Robo. And we'll have to move into the mid game. Robotics Bay goes down immediately. He wants to get those Colossi out.
If only HuK had a warping pylon closer, and if only those warpings would have cut off. I'm not even sure if, like, with those 3 force fields, if he would have cut off those 6 Marines, Ben. Obviously it would have been good, but I don't think 6 Marines would have made a difference. What really would have made a difference is that he could crush these bunkers really quick, and the moment you give more time, it's going to be a lot tougher, because then SCVs can sort of surround the bunkers, and then it's going to be very hard to break. And look at HuK's basement, 5 more gates going up. I think we're going to see a very similar push, but this time it's going to be much later. As we can see now already, 2 medevacs are out, so that means he's going to have a ton of time to produce Vikings.
If he can realize what's coming, I mean,
this is late.
Ganzi's still only producing medevacs.
The amount of gates that HuK is throwing up kind of gives away the fact that he wants to do something on 2 base, but I almost can't see how it's going to work.
HuK's been consistently building, he's like overbuilding gateways, right? And like
he's been doing that for a while though.
I actually had this conversation with Day 9 once, because White Rod tends to do this, and I was like,
wow,
man,
look at you.
No, I just
am I not smart enough to have a balanced discussion with?
I'm opening.
Fine,
I'm
I know my
the
position.
discussion up to you, Kev.
No,
because I thought it was
call
really.
Day 9.
I thought it was really silly, and Day 9 said, no. You make the extra gateways, and then you expand again. And if you get attacked, you've got all these warp ins at your disposal. And to me, it sounded kind of. It still sounds a little bit silly, but is it possible that that's what HuK's doing?
I don't know. I kind of lost you on the moment you said you needed Day 9 to have a balanced discussion with. Okay. I thought I was your man.
Okay, man.
I can see you're cheating on me again.
It was last year at DreamHack.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. More observers in
the most ridiculous conversation I've ever had.
More observers in good position for HuK. He knows that this push is coming. HuK has a reasonable army to defend, but he really needs to keep those Stalkers here, Ben. And this is always a tense moment, which I think is super hard. And let's see how HuK is going to handle it. HuK, you need to drop those force fields.
Not really watching. Guardian Shield goes down. Everything was on hold position. The Colossi are really late to the party, and Ganzi gets the jump on HuK right now. He's gonna need some miraculous control on these Colossi. Every Zealot is dead. Every Sentry is dead.
Well, that went so much better than I first thought. I didn't see those Colossus yet, Ben. I thought there was 1 Colossus somewhere. I didn't know he had 2, because for a moment I was afraid that Ganzi was just going to crush everything. But HuK is still in this guy.
But Ganzi is immediately transitioning into Viking production. He's also going to send out a small drop now that he realizes that the army of HuK is out on the map. Vikings being built 2 at a time. Will it be enough? Miss rally again by Ganzi. He's done this all series long, just rallying units to their death. And those are units that he critically needs right now. That was like 12 supply just gone, Kev. Drop is going to go ahead and show up in the main base of HuK. HuK's got a lot of money, a lot of gateways.
This drop is kind of similar like the drop on Ohana. Does Ganzi have enough, and he doesn't really have any Vikings, but HuK doesn't have a lot of Zealots either. And if those Marauders can get in range of the Stalkers, this is going to be so close.
Here are the Vikings. SCVs also being pulled off the line.
Okay,
it's 117
the drop is taken care of.
Yeah, the drop didn't do anything. HuK just warped in on top of it and crushed it. And he's actually backing off a little bit. I guess he wants to get another warp in or 2.
3 Colossus with thermal lens is really scary though. We have 4 Vikings only for Ganzi. Ganzi really wants to push the issue. He's taking this fight.
And it's a little bit hard to say, but I do think HuK's going to get the better of it. Ganzi backs up immediately. HuK at 120 supply against 90. Observer sees everything, and HuK's just going to crush forward. And I don't believe it, Kev, but I think we're seeing another big comeback.
I think so too. He has a lot of Zealots. They can soak up the damage. The Stalkers can take out these Vikings. This 120 supply against 80. HuK was down 0-2. He was almost not going to make it, but I think he will.
Oh, every SCV has died. The bio's melting away. The medevacs have nothing to heal, and they can't shoot, Kev. And that means that HuK, with 100 supply and an empty natural of Ganzi, is going to win. The GG comes out. HuK advances 3-2 victory over the Korean Terran Ganzi. That means, Kev, that
so far we have 5 players qualified for our finals in Toronto.
Are there any non-Protoss players qualified?
Yes, Stefano and 5 Protoss players.
5 Protoss and Stefano. Looks like Stefano wins.
Stefano's like, not bad. No, Ben, in all seriousness, great comeback by HuK. Really great. After 2 games, I was really afraid for how this was going to turn out. I felt Ganzi was playing pretty good. Even I kind of even forgot what happened in game 4 and 5. I don't know, game 5 was on Antigua.
Squirtle push.
And game 4 was on Cloud.
Ohana.
And what was game 3? Oh yeah, game 3 was on Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah.
No, he lost that game.
Cloud Kingdom was game 1.
Yeah. Man, I've seen too many PVTs today. I'm lost.
We've seen 10 of them now.
That is true. We saw the 4-10.
And the one Zerg game was over quickly, so I'm a little bit sad. But we do have more great StarCraft action coming up.
Dual side, of
Puma, our reigning champion, will be going up against Alive in a TVT slugfest. It promises to be a great game. We've already seen Alive barely advancing over Polt in the wild cards, and now he has to...
Yeah, he played great, though.
He did play great. It was a really intense series, but now he's got Puma in his path, and Puma, he's the most successful player in the history of the NASL.
He sure is, and still, man, once more I want to emphasize that I am really happy that we are going to see HuK at our finals in Toronto. I mean, it was a lot of pressure on him. Everybody wanted to see him there. I'm sure all of his fans were looking forward to watching him play, and it was a big win, and I'm sure that HuK is very happy with this win. Can't wait to see him. We'll be right back after the break with some TVT action. So guys, stick around.